Hello everyone and welcome to a new IBMI RPG sample video. There are people who have asked me about the XML-INTO opcode. It is true that now, with the introduction of data into and the use of SQL, it is almost no longer necessary to use it. It seems to have gone out of style a bit. But on some occasions, especially when the XML we are going to import is simple, its use may be advisable. In this video, I show you a small example of how to use it. Let's go. Well, first of all, I'm gonna show you the XML file that we are going to try to import. Is this one? Well, I have prepared a small program where I have already defined the structure of our XML. Let me open it. As you can see, the only thing I have left to do is to add the XML import to the program. So let's do it. First of all, let me define customers. That is gonna be like the as customers D. Okay, and we are going to clear the structure. Okay. Let me show you. This is the XML, okay, and this is the structure that we are going to use. As you see, the name of the different fields are completely the same. It is necessary to have the same names in the structure and in the XML, okay, for using XML-INTO. Well, let's now write the XML-INTO instruction. Okay, in this case, I'm going to import the information from an external file. If not, I should write here the XML or a string with the XML inside. Okay, so let me write the path where my file it is. And now we are going to write the different options that we are going to use. Well, the first option we are going to use is doc file. Why? Because I'm going to use an external XML file. That means the XML is inside a file in the IFS. Okay? Well, let me now write case any, which means that the XML will be imported case insensitive. Okay? Allow missing, which means that XML-INTO will import the XML even if there are missing fields in the XML. Allow extra, which means that XML-INTO will ignore extra fields in the XML not defined into my structure. Path, means that XML-INTO will start importing from this path. Okay, list customers, we are going to start importing from this path. Okay, this is important if you want to import only a piece of the XML. Okay, and we are going to use count prefix. That is very useful. XML-INTO will add to a field inside my structure with the name prefixed by this, in this case num, and the name as the counted elements, in this case customer. Okay, so well, XML-INTO will add to this field the actual number of elements imported. Okay, so we are going to have this field with the number of customers imported. Okay. Okay, I think it is all done. Well, let me now, for example, add a send message to the job log with customers, num customer. Okay. Well, this way the program will import the XML. Okay, let's now test it on the green screen. Let me compile the program first of all. Okay, and now let's go to the green screen. Okay, let me start a debug session to see how it works. Let's stop it here and let's run the program. Well, I'm clearing the structure and now I'm importing the XML file with XML-INTO, and what I have in my structure is this. So I have 2 customers imported, so it is working fine, and every element, every field of my structure is filled with the information that was in the XML correctly. Okay, it seems to work fine, and if I run the rest of the program, well, let me run it again, you'll see here 2 customers imported. Okay, so it is running correctly, it works fantastic. Well, what about a little more complex XML? Of course, XML-INTO has its limitations, but the XML files can be a little more complex. For example, we can handle namespaces and other options. Let me show you other XML file that I have prepared. That is this one. As you see, the XML is completely the same as before, but with namespaces, and also we have here this line with other options. Okay, well, how can we import the information in this case? Well, it is easier than it seems to be. We only have to add a few options to my program. Let me open it again. Well, we have to add a few options, as I said, and the options are this way. I will remove the namespaces and the information will be imported. Okay, and also you may be wondering if it is possible to import namespaces names, and of course yes, you only have to add this option with a prefix, this one for example, and then we need to add to my structure the corresponding fields this way. For example, we are going to import this namespace, okay, the name, and what I have to do is this. For example, with this type. Okay, well, let me change this because I'm not going to import the last XML. I'm going to import the new XML, that is this, and I'm gonna leave the rest of the options completely the same way. So let me compile it again. Okay, and let's run it on the green screen. Okay, let me start again a debug session. Let's stop it here, let's run it again, and now what I'm doing, what I have when I'm importing the customers is this. I have the same number of customers imported, that is 2, and now as you can see, NS customer number has this name, that is the name of the namespace as I write here. Okay, so it seems to work correctly. The rest is correctly imported, and the first line is being ignored. Okay, so it works great, and the message is written into the job log correctly. Okay, so as you can see, for simple XML files, the opcode XML-INTO works fantastic. The only limitation I see is that maybe we can have problems with large XML files because of nested substructures, or maybe because the big amount of memory we need to store all the information. Remember that if you don't know how many elements an XML file will have, you won't know what size you have to make the structures, and these are static, so there is always a limitation. Well, I hope you liked the video and that it was useful to you. As always, remember to like and subscribe if you aren't already. See you on the next video. Thanks for watching.